Okay, so Sultai control. For those of you to Magic, Sultai first, the color combination of blue, black, and green. I kind of like the look of this deck. So we played a straight blue-black deck the other day that felt super reasonable. And this is basically a blue-black deck with a green splash for Uro and Polukranos. So we're messing up the mana a touch here in order to just play some more good cards, which potentially seems very good. One thing I'm not sure on, it might be wrong to have 2 Sabotage, 2 Intervention. The original deck submission had 4 Sabotage, but honestly, I think there's a good chance we're just going to end up on 4 Intervention by the time we're done for today. So, interested to see how this goes. I think the discard spells are reasonable. I think Eat to Extinction's a very decent card. The sideboard right now. Interested to see how Leyline of the Void feels. If this card is reasonable against Simic and the Cat decks, we'll see. It's definitely that card. Leyline doesn't single-handedly beat those decks like it does in some older non-rotating formats with their graveyard-based decks, but Leyline of the Void in conjunction with other good interaction could be good here. Yeah, Intervention is one of the best control cards printed in recent memory, honestly. It's very, very good. Speaking of very, very good, let's snap this one off. On the bottom of that, I've got this to provide some card selection. I've got this to cantrip. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to have one more discard spell here. I could probably just kill this inside of combat. So I think the plan is take Agent, take Thassa here. Hey, Vang, thanks for the biddies. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. I'm going to bin the land for now. Let's be a little greedy. Try and find some more action here. Thought Erasure, putting the extra card in my bin makes my Uro potentially better down the line, which is nice. Hopefully they get a little greedy and decide to play Champion next turn. We just go land Ritual of Soot and kill them both. It's smart on the opponent's part. They don't want to get 2 for 1 by our control deck. And they could sit here and generate card advantage. Morning, Took. Morning, Mask. I think we just 1 for 1 this. I don't want them to sit there and draw a bunch of cards. Like if they play like second one, draw 2 cards extra, and I'm pretty sad. Spending 5 mana to kill their card here really does not feel good. Yeah, quite likely, Rock. Yeah, so at the end of their turn, it birthing pods one of their enchantments into a creature. That's sweet. The an archetype similar to this is in the deck queue right now. Why is she useful? I guess she's just an enchantment that lets them get to 5. The Pioneer deck this morning was pretty rough. The Cat Oven package just feels like it's too clunky for Pioneer. See if they elect to play Champion here or not. I guess they can just fetch a Champion from their deck. That makes sense. Seven cards in the bin. I think I just escape this. Just like put my card advantage into play. No, we went from top 200 to percentage yesterday's. The ranking system on Magic Arena is incredibly volatile. If you're someone who cares about your rank on Magic Arena, it's often an incredibly frustrating experience. So this counters activated, triggered ability, or legendary spell. Thoughts on Joe Rogan endorsing Bernie Sanders? I mean, anybody that can bring people to Sanders' side is a good thing. Joe Rogan as a whole is not someone I really care for, just because he tends to enable some bad people. Joe's the type of person that doesn't take any responsibility for the reach that his platform has. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Just another removal spell. So what I want to do here, I think I'm just playing this. Yeah, I think I need to kill the deputy when they go to Thassa next turn, right? Like, killing the champion's kind of appealing, but if they deputy my 6/6, that's not great for me. Oh, I'm dumb. This is gonna exile it anyways. Yeah, I think I should have pivoted. I think I should have killed this instead of letting them draw a card. Conqueror's Death is so good. Joe Rogan is so open-minded his brain fell out. That, yeah. They have a 6-drop to go get here? That's terrifying. Yeah, that's a 6-drop. Yes. Yes. That. Agree, Drunk Owl. Oh, I can just eat the Thassa here, huh? That's a good point. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, Rogan came up the other day too because of his Bernie endorsement, and I had someone get upset that I called him an alt-right enabler, because that's what he is. And they tried to conflate that with me saying he supports the alt-right, or he politically is on the right, and that those aren't necessarily the same thing. Like, you can enable someone without believing in all of the things that they're saying. Like giving a megaphone to bad people is, you know, enabling those bad people. Thanks for the 8 months, Slow Bad. Yeah, I'm going to be working on either forking that project to Mere Spy or transitioning to a new one. I'm pretty sure the person that made it doesn't maintain it anymore. More for Rose, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It's like something that's very easy to say about Donald Trump, right? Like, even if you're adamant that Donald Trump is not a white nationalists consider Donald Trump an ally or someone useful to them, and that should give you pause. So even if you genuinely, in your heart of hearts, don't think Donald Trump is a white nationalist, the fact that white nationalists support Donald Trump should make you take a step back and reassess who he is and what he's doing as a person. So even if Joe Rogan isn't the alt-right, the fact that people who are the alt-right consider him useful and consider him someone that they like should give you pause to think about who he is and what he's doing. We have a variation of the opponent's archetype in the deck queue. It's Bant Enigmatic. Just only so many hours in the day to get through to all the different things. Ritual of Soot seems good for clearing out their Nissa lands. Thanks for the half a year and for the tier 2 at that being Z. I appreciate that. Welcome. This card, I was kind of high on this card during spoiler season, but like actually seeing this card play out, it hasn't been nearly as good as I was expecting it to be in a lot of situations. I wonder if this is a matchup where I want Narset. She stops their champions from drawing extra cards, which seems potentially appealing. I don't know that I really want to be countering their spells, or like holding up mana to try and counter their spells. Hey, what's going on, Troll? Eagle Shank, thanks for the 7 months of Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I agree, Rosa. To give credit where credit is due, Trump is good at identifying who he can pander to and how he should pander to them to have things benefit Trump. Opportunist is a good descriptor. Yeah, I think I'm kind of at that point, K9. I mean, I don't know that I really care about any of these cards. Does it really matter what we take? If they only had one ramp spell, I'd take the ramp spell, but... Hey, Killer Switch, life is swell. Thanks for dropping in today. Hope you're having a good one. I'm just gonna take Wolfwillow Haven. Is Wolfwillow Haven Pioneer playable? Maybe in a world where they ban Land War Elves. Well, Omens isn't currently castable for them. So I think we don't care about that one. Hey, Free Smackies. Thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. As always, PK Jeff, if you have any questions about our deck list, you can type !deck in chat to get a direct link. Gosh, this is gonna say a lot about how engaged I was in 2016, to which the answer is not at all. Who was Hillary's VP pick in 2016? Genuinely couldn't tell you offhand. Tim Kaine, okay. I think I just draw 2 cards here. This card's so good. We're gonna put forth Thassa's Intervention in here. Yes, let's get rid of that one, please. To be fair, the dude is so boring, he'd probably forget he was the VP pick too. That's also true though. I don't know if I necessarily need a boring leader, but I just want one that, like, if I choose not to think about him, that, like, I won't feel bad that I chose to ignore them. I want the option of not thinking about my elected officials. I think I keep this. This is my 6th land, so I can Murderous Rider or Swift End plus Sabotage up still, which is great. Yeah, or at least, like, not think about them in the terms of, like, who are we being pushed to the brink of war with today? Yeah. Yeah, I want to criticize the president because they're a crappy centrist, not because they're, like, a rapist and a bigot. A pathological liar. So is that so much to ask? This is important to counter, because otherwise they get to bounce their omens. Not looking for another land tier. A 4th black source would be nice, so I could double play these. Perfect. Cling to Dust. That's the one that escapes and can draw a card, right? If I recall correctly. Am I just playing a 2-3? I think maybe I should have played a 2-3 last turn. I don't know. The fact that I drew Ritual of Soot might make this worse too. Yeah, maybe this was wrong. Should have maybe waited a turn. They're still at 20. It's just gonna take forever to actually kill them here. To buffer our life total back up here a bit though, and maybe get to use this castle. Opponent's build is really awesome. Wait, did they just get a 5 and then not have anything? Friendo. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Delightfully friendly.
Daddy, there's a rainbow out here.
There's a rainbow out there. Okay, love you.
The rainbow, come see it. Come see it, Daddy.
Sorry, had to hide my camera there for a second. I think we're okay because he just poked his head in. Declan's been on a no shirt kick, which is not allowed on Twitch. So let's avoid getting in trouble for that. This is a green source, right? I guess I could use a second green source. I could fetch it though. Let's just bottom this. Like I don't care if he wears a shirt or doesn't wear a shirt around the house. He just I told him if he wants to come in my office while I'm working, he needs a shirt on. I mean, to be fair, the dude filming in the bathroom did get banned. Maybe I'm supposed to just play Uro here, because this could be a land. I could just, be doing nothing here, rather than getting my Titan in the bin. Yeah. Feels bad, man. They didn't permanently ban him. Sorry, they suspended. Ban means permanent. They suspended him. There was action taken against him for what he did. Is the TLDR. Yeah, disrespect makes them giant piles of money, chat. Giant piles of money. I do not, Shaman. My current space is just an extra bedroom that we have in our finished basement. I actually had a contractor out this week that's supposed to be getting back to me, or last week, that's supposed to be getting back to me this week to finish the unfinished room in my basement into a proper studio space. There are 5 cards in my bin currently. That includes this, though. So can't escape this at the moment. Yeah, opponent not drawing a lot of action this game. And our Unchained boy here looking to close things out rather quickly. Okay, yep, that's pretty good. The people who are quitting Twitch are people who are getting fat paychecks to go to other platforms. God bless America. I didn't intend to cast that. I meant to put it back in my hand and then play this land because the auto tapper was tapping me off of green to do that. So now I can't cast this turn like I wanted to. So I'm behind being a card into my deck because I was sloppy there. It's pretty frustrating. How much to get me to move from Twitch to another platform? Enough to retire. Moving to another platform would effectively kill my content. I've actually been approached by other platforms and rejected the offers that they've sent me because they just haven't been enough. Some other platforms. Ritual is costing 6 because of the second chapter of Conqueror's Death. Retire and send my kids to college. So, this might be overly pessimistic, but I'm pretty solidly of the approach that if we don't reform the cost of college education by the time my 5-year-old is going to college, I assume the country's going to be burning to the ground. So, like, investing in their college education is, like, not super high on my priority list, personally. Especially if the cost of college keeps inflating at the rate it's been inflating at, like a normal person like me who's not a millionaire can't realistically save for it anyways. Master Chief, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. And whenever boomers talk about not making college more affordable, like, I worked 40 to 60 hours a week to get through undergrad without student loans, and that was, like, with a scholarship and, like, with going to a community college for part of it. So I can't even fathom how they expect anyone to do that today. I'm just gonna Narset here. You are! 12-month subs get a mod sword. Use it wisely.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Yeah, I'd rather Christy and I just take any extra money we have, and our personal goal is to own our home sooner, which is probably more realistic than saving for college at whatever inflated rate it's going to be. Hopefully we just select Bernie and then things get addressed. That would be ideal. How long have we been playing this deck for? About half an hour. Uro is really good there. Good for closing. Let's tune some of the details and what this deck is doing. I think I want to bring the spell base for this deck. So we played this blue-black control deck the other day, and I liked a lot of what it was doing. So I think I want to bring some of the spells in line. So like some Tyrant Scorn sounds good. Another Ritual, maybe some more Thassa's Intervention, maybe Narset's in the main. So let's take a look at this. I like the idea of splashing Uro and Polukranos, but I want to bring the spell base in this deck a little bit more in line with that other build. Maybe the sideboard too. What's going on, Big Kitty? I also kind of feel like I might want to cut an opt here and go up a land. I think not having 2 swamps in my mana base with Fabled Passage in my double black spell deck's a mistake. Alright, and then what's this sideboard look like versus the other one? The sideboard in this other deck was pretty okay. Gust, Stroke. Yeah, no Gust, no Stroke. It's probably good. I mean, there are already 26 lands in here, so that just put me to 27. Which I think is fine. These ley lines take a lot of space. I think I want to see if we can grind them out without ley line. The thirsts are probably okay, though. These seem good. Mono red's been running around. Let's leave those for now. Hey, thanks for the 14 months, No Spoon. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Yeah, Thirst is deal 2, gain 2 for 2 mana. Pretty okay against the red aggro decks. Yeah, a couple of Gust is probably good. Put a Legion's End in here. I could play Trophy in the sideboard too. Maybe a pair of trophies are okay. I'm not sure that we really need these thieves with Uro. Oh, you know what I want? I want some Liliana. Cling to Dust. You did mention that one. Let me look that card up again. Let's exile a card. If it was a creature, you gain 3. Otherwise, draw a card. I think this isn't good enough because I'm playing Uro. So I think this would be taxing my graveyard too much. Is what it comes down to. I think Liliana, I think, is one of our best answers in this archetype to Dream Trawler, so I want 2 of those in the 75. You wanted a way to fit casualties into the board. I feel like casualties is a little bit too expensive. Like, we've already got a lot of clunk in here. I feel like I wouldn't mind a pair of trophies. It's just like a flexible catch-all. Maybe that's better than Legion's End. Let's try this. So, I don't think we want a 4th Rider. You'll notice we've got 3 Eat 2 Extinctions as well, so I kind of like that split. The Exile on Eat 2 Extinction is, like, super relevant in a number of matchups right now. Been really impressed with Eat 2 Extinction. Sorin's Thirst might be worse than Disfigure. Like, we have Uro to gain some life with already, so we might not need life gain from another source as well. Might just want the more efficient spell. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to take their Agonizing Remorse here, so that way they can't exile my Titan. I think I'm just supposed to bin that, because I want to try and draw a black source. I already have double green. So, currently both of us kind of have a blank in our hand. I have Ritual, they have Kaya's Wrath. Is Agonizing Remorse my opponent when I was at 1 life? Whoopsie poopsie. Whoopsie poopsie. Not super surprised to see them take that. Thought Erasure bidding a card with Uro's another good reason to do it too, though. Do I intend to put the Red-Black Titan deck on my website? Well, I mean, like, it's not... A lot of the times, unless a deck is especially novel, like, say, the combo deck we played the other day, I tend to not put things up on the website unless I've played them more than once. God, that's gross. Okay. Oh, I should attack there first, right? Because there's a good chance they just don't block. And if they block, I just don't have to use my mana and I miss 3 points of damage. Yeah, that's probably ideal. Yeah, Uro closes really quickly. We also, like, I added a pair of Lilianas to the deck too, so like we're not just cold. We're not just stone cold to Trawler either, which is nice. Yeah, green-white enchantment sounds great, Crunchy. It was good last time. There's a lot of different things to that. A lot of different ways to build that archetype. How are your kids going to become mathematicians and Twitch streamers without going to college? I mean, I definitely, like, a college education isn't required for what I do, obviously, but I definitely think I'm better at what I do because of what I learned while going to school. I don't think that's a stretch to say. Yeah, we can 1-for-1 them a bunch here. So, like, these are technically not card disadvantage, right? Like, they're spending a card to do this. Gosh, how good of a draw would Liliana be, huh? Really feeling the fact that Ritual of Soot is Ritual of Soot here. I actually think cards like Damnation are incredibly lazy, and I prefer sweepers like Ritual of Soot. In fact, even cards like Shatter the Sky and Kaya's Wrath, I think the game's better if we don't print cards like those. I think conditional sweepers are, generally speaking, better for the game. Wow, surprised they played the land out here. If we draw another piece of spot removal, we could kill one of these. So the game's just over from here, right? Like, they're gonna like gain 10 and draw 2 extra cards. I suppose they could manage to not draw. They're gonna gain 12. Sorry. Yeah, I suppose they could not draw a counterspell, and we could draw Liliana. We have one in the main deck. For the 3 land hits, it's important to very quickly snap off putting a card on its own. So it's like, oh, they just like only found 1. Go, go, go. Hey, Crunchy, Crunchy, Crunchy. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate the generosity. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday wherever you're at. We'll have some green-white enchantments after this one. All right, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add the what's it called card to this deck, right? The escape card. Not playing the escape card is silly. Narset's great. Stroke's great. Liliana's great. Tyrant, Scorn, not so great. Ritual of Soot, not so great. Polukranos seems kind of whatever. I guess this could technically threaten Dream Trawlers too. The Eyes card, whatever the Eyes card is called. I want to trim here. I need 2 more cuts. Can I just trim Opt? Maybe Murderous Rider isn't that good. I'm gonna trim Murderous Rider. So I'll have four ways to kill Planeswalkers. Seems fine. I don't know, like, Opt filling the bin for Uro more consistently seems appealing. Huh? Alright, I think we take the Narset, and we'll just plan to stroke the Conqueror's Death later. They're both better in different edge cases, Woolmaster. Like, this card's much better against Simic. The fact that we can find Eat to Extinction with Narset, and we can't find Rider with Narset is also a relevant thing to consider. I think Andre Mangucci worked on a Bant Ramp deck with Uro and Trawler. If I recall. They named Prophecy, so just like plan to play another Prophecy next turn. Happy Sunday to you too, son of Sam. Bill Allman, thank you for the 3rd of a year. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Wait, is Prophecy actually decent? Yeah, I think this card's really good. I think when you have this card on 2, it's frequently going to be a scry 2, draw 2, which is like very reasonable. It kind of sucks if you don't have it on 2, like it takes a while to get a payoff, but hopefully it's like jam Conqueror's Death here and we get to stroke them. Feels bad, man. I assume we're gonna lose the Disdainful Stroke. We could lose the Liliana, I suppose, too, if they have a Trawler. Probably stroke, though. We're still a couple lands off of Liliana. Like our other 3 cards all do the same thing, so one of these is most likely. Yeah, taking the card we can cast is good. Good choice.
Let's slow this down. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Mind and body, keep an open mind.
Oh, they named Dream Trawler with this? Okay, well, Narset locks them off of doing this at least, so...
Trust me, I have a plan.
Does war ever truly rotate? Doesn't feel like it. Is RDW still coming up? Depends on what the viewer count's like. So now that we Narsetted past 3 lands, I'm gonna Uro and draw an on-land. And now we're gonna miss our land drop for Liliana. Feels bad, man. So, they could Conquer's Death, my Narset here, so their Trawler draws a card, leaves them in a pretty good spot. That did not feel particularly close. Weird. The control deck that gets to play Dreamcrawler. Savage the control deck that doesn't get to play Dreamcrawler. That's probably gonna be the norm in this format. Dreamcrawler's kind of just the best finisher around, so I'm not really sure that playing a control deck without access to that card is necessarily a good strategy. Dream Trawler feels awful to play against. Kinda. I mean, like, Dream Trawler, if you actually think critically about what it's doing, it's not any different than, like, 5 mana Teferi, for example, only it actually kills you. So, like, when 5 mana Teferi draws its 3rd card in the control mirror, the game is over. Your opponent can no longer win. It's just gonna take you a while. It's just gonna take you a while to actually win the game. Whereas, like, with Dream Trawler, when it draws its third card, it has the decency of actually killing you. So, Trawler's not really any different than a lot of the other finishers we've seen printed in recent memory. It just actually ends the game as opposed to expecting to kill you with old age. But Jeff, I want to live a long, healthy life. Yeah, but do you want that long, healthy life to be spent in its entirety playing 1 game against Esper Control? Because that's what you're actually asking for. You want the entirety of that long life to be spent against Esper Control. You tend to have people that rope every turn. Are you in Mythic? Are you lower in the ranks? Yeah, I'd assume people who are lower ranked tend to have more opponents that are less experienced Magic players. Or maybe people that just care less as well. To be to be fair, Marty, and this is why the current rotation cycle is so confusing and lame, if we were still having the twice-a-year rotation cycle, if they hadn't bailed on that, Nissa and Friends would still be legal for the same amount of time as they are legal for now. The reason why the current rotation cycle is so strange, in my opinion, is because under the current way Magic Standard format works, some cards are legal for 24 months and some cards are legal for 15 months. So you get, that's true. Krasis would rotate. Under the old rotation, under the double rotation cycle, Krasis would leave in April. I have no idea, TZT. I'm going to be taking some time this week to look into alternatives to Deckmaster. Yeah, the person who maintains Deckmaster doesn't seem to respond to any messages anywhere. I've tried them on Discord and Twitter. Maybe I should email them too. Should probably email them too. God bless America. That motherfucking interface. Sorry. It's so bad because it's so inconsistent. Like, the last couple of times, it has been showing us their hand first. And, like, now my opponent has a finale of Revelation. I'm gonna be honest, if I hadn't taken money to play another deck after this, I'd turn the stream off right now. It's so frustrating. It's just unreal how many little interface things their team just can't seem to get right. Like, has anybody who designed this card in this interface played Magic before? Muse, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. It's just so... For people that don't know, Agonizing Remorse can exile cards from their graveyard, and it seems to flip a coin whether or not it shows you their hand or their graveyard first. I'm actually just going to concede the match. I don't want to play this match anymore. Just going to refresh. I'm going to refresh and just move on from it. Which is very, very frustrating. Correct. It should be something that's easily fixable. Just like, took a game where we're infinitely far ahead and took us infinitely far behind. Because the interface is not super clear. Inconsistent and not clear. Hypnos, thanks for the 5 months. And you know what? I could honestly... The worst part about it, too, isn't even that it doesn't always... The worst part about it is that it's inconsistent. Like, if the interface always showed you their graveyard first, it would be like, oh, okay, so every time I do this, I need to switch to their hand first. But it doesn't do that. Some of the time they're showing the hand first, and some of the time it's showing the graveyard first. The lack of consistency makes it even more frustrating. It makes you have to be even more careful with it. Correct. I agree, Marty. It should just default to showing me their hand. But the issue runs deeper than that. The issue isn't even that it just shows the graveyard first, it's that it doesn't always even do that. We're probably gonna die before we can cast this Ritual Soot. Almost certainly dead. Are we just dead next turn? We're dead next turn, right? 7, 13, 15. I feel like it's probably gonna... I would kind of be surprised if these control decks can be built in a way that lets them be competitive against ramp in these aggro decks. It feels like a tough squeeze. Feels like a tough squeeze. Yeah, and this deck is also taking a lot of damage from its mana. The key to any good tweet is reading it back to yourself before you hit send. The fact that Agonizing Remorse and Magic Arena flips randomly back and forth between showing you their hand and graveyard first is so incredibly frustrating. Awful interface design. Send tweet. This hand. Yeah, this hand looks fine, right? I've got turn 2 Thirst, turn 3 Uro. Correct, Ak. It should just default to the hand. That is correct. Alright, with this Thought Erasure, I think I'm gonna do this on 2 instead. I think I take Cleave because it ends me down the line. Kill this now before it draws them a card. As a rocket scientist, dentist, architect, I agree. Swing and a miss on that one. Seems good for us. Alright, with Ritual of Soot drawn here, let's Uro, play a land. We'll take a hit and then plan to soot them next turn. Almost assuredly, Stingray. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Concession Ritual? Maybe? Maybe. This Fabled Passage means I get to escape Uro next turn. What's my current favorite standard deck? You know, I don't know that I have one that really sticks out to me. There's a bunch of different good things on my website. There's a variety of different archetypes in this format that are fine. What archetype would you like to play? Give me an archetype and I'll give you a deck. Tempo. I think Blue-Red Flash is still very good. I'm actually going to top this Opt because the Opt gives me a card to put in my bin for when I eventually lose this Uro, if we eventually lose it. Control Binge. We played Esper Control on stream the other day that felt super reasonable. We also played a straight blue-black control list that felt fine. Sultai Vanifear's been a lot of fun. I agree with that. If you're someone who's been enjoying Sultai Vanifear and you didn't see the Jeskai combo deck we played the other day, you definitely want to check that one out on YouTube. It's very sweet. Yes, in standard. Jeskai Biomancer. Another mid-range combo deck. And this one gets to play Dream Trawler. I mean, that's free, right? It's like 3 life and a free card. I mean, like, this game was over the turn we cast. This game was over the turn we cast Ritual, is it right? What's the best mid-range type deck? Mid-range isn't really playable in this format. If you want to play a mid-range deck in this format, it needs to have a combo kill in it. So, Black Devotion, Vanifear, the Biomancer deck we just talked about, those are mid-range decks with combo finishes in them. In a format where a ramp deck is one of the better decks you can be playing, mid-range really suffers. All right, let's draw an island here, huh? Well, so Uro's not even just an enabler, right? Like Uro's a card that like is ramp, so it kind of enables that way, but it's also a payoff, right? Like it's an escape payoff. We added a 27th land to this deck, right? Is there anything more peak Magic the Gathering than keeping a 2-lander on the draw in your 27 land deck and missing? I'm not sure that there is. Oh, I guess they still get to Embercleave me regardless here, right? Even because I'm giving them a land? Uh-oh. No cleave is great. Okay. Well. Tap land is better than missing again, I suppose. Are we dead if they draw a land? If they have an untapped land, we're taking 8-11. And then we have to draw an untapped land that's not a shock land. I can't cast Tyrant Scorn this turn. This is currently tapped. Super dead to cleave. Not even worth talking about it. So have to draw a non-shock land next turn. Actually, that's not true, right? We're taking 8-10. We're going to 3. Okay, even if we draw a shock land, I need an untapped land. Okay. J Boogie, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. You see, Bandai was bringing back the Digimon TCG. That's really funny. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. Are we about to win, chat? Are we? I think this game is over. Like, I have a Scorn here in case they draw a haste creature. Opt. I get to bring back Uro next turn. Yeah, like, all right. I mean, I had Scorn there. Yeah. Yeah, Uro giving us life gain and then giving us a way to close the game out quickly after that too seems really good. Wait, how to beat the aggro deck. Draw your rituals of Soot, chat. Beat aggro. Something skill game. Something skill game. Hey, we were on the draw for that game. We were on the draw, and I missed my 3rd land drop on 3. Thank you very much. I just do this. maybe I'm supposed to Murderous Rider the Rimrock Knight here. Although, hopefully we can just opt into a ritual now. I think that's actually a really good thought. If you balance the card by making the life gain conditional. I think I like that idea. Maybe I'm supposed to just play my tap land that turn. I was thinking I might hold up Intervention, but I think I'd rather eat here. And this, like, lets me bin cards for Uro too. So I get to escape Uro next turn, right? Because I have another Fabled Passage. Here's my 6/6. Good luck, Godspeed. Oh, and it gains 3 life when it draws me a card. Cool, cool. Go ahead. And when I attack next turn, it's gonna do that again. Chat, is their creature bugged? Their 3-drop was only a 5/5, and like their 3-drop was only a 5/5, and it didn't gain them life or draw them a card. Does anybody? Okay, we're looking at their hand. Take the removal spell, I think. Yeah, I kinda like what this build is doing. Feel like it's doing a lot, right? With the other Titan, there is a red-black Titan deck up on my YouTube channel that I think is very, very reasonable. So if you're looking for a good deck to play red-black Titan in, there is a straight red-black Titan deck. I believe it was one of the deck of the day we played it. All right, so want Aether Gust, want my last Ritual of Soot, want my trophies. Liliana's a fine top-end Shrim. I don't think this is this might be a Sorin's Thirst matchup. It does clean out their Rimrocks and their random 1/1s. Do I want to trim some discard spells here, perhaps? That doesn't seem entirely unreasonable. Is it crazy to cut Ashiok 2 and just be on Uro as a win condition? I feel like that's not entirely crazy. It comes in against white aggro, and it comes in against red aggro. Also comes in against knights. Decks that tend to be a little bit lower to the ground than what the opponent's doing. Double Edge, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. If I'm dragging the curve down, it might not be insane to cut a land. It's probably insane to cut a land. Let's not get too greedy here. I mean, I'm not cutting all of my discard spells. I'm just, like, gonna play less than 7 of them. And, like, we have cards that can kill the things you just listed while they're in play. And, like, this is definitely a matchup where killing their things that they play to the board is pretty important. Okie doke. I think I'm using this Tyrant Scorn as a gain 5 here. Actually, I can use it as a gain 6. I can kill this. So I kill this, and then this can't attack. And we'll plan to just set them next turn. Hopefully they played Bone Crusher Giant out. Let's play something that dies to soot, please. Oh no! Moments before the accident, chat. Moments before the accident. Bye, friends. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey, look, they didn't give me something to counterspell, so I'll draw 2. Yeah, that's true. They might have took my Scorn sequencing to mean that I didn't have a sweeper. It's not an unfair assessment. Bye, Felicia. So just like waiting on an Uro or a Polyk here. Rider's not a bad draw for after they play their next threat. Oh, yeah. Not quite dig through time, but pretty close. Anybody else feeling a little bit hungry? Like you could eat an entire bloodline of phoenixes. Hungry enough to eat an entire bloodline of phoenixes. I kind of feel like this deck's just a better version of the blue-black deck we played the other day that Matt sent in. Just get to like Uro twice and gain 6, draw 2 there. Just good luck, Godspeed. All right. Did you see? All right, this one made me chuckle. Maybe it's intentional to add variance to the game to make up for the decreased variance in mulliganing. All right, Seth, that one made me laugh. That one made me laugh. That was in reference to us talking about the interface randomly deciding what it shows you. The text felt really clean, Isabus. I think I get my second blue since I've got 2 interventions in hand. Chat, Saffron is all obviously joking in that tweet. Calm down. Calm down. They're obviously joking. So I left them the Erasure because they don't have a black source. Promptly punished. Feels Magic Man. Wow. That's super frustrating. Good beats. I guess they don't have a clean answer to Polyk here. So we've got that going for us. I do have Polyk and Ashiok, so let's not complain too much, I suppose. The many-headed Hydra is here. God bless America. My country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Kind of expecting a time wipe this turn. And then they'll plus their Ashiok. I have 7 cards in my bin though, so I can escape this if I want. They don't have any cards in exile. I think I'm just supposed to run this back on them here. Like exile a card out of their hand. And I think I just Agonizing Remorse them rather than Polukranos this turn. Elspeth and Narset. Huh? I think I just exile that one.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Are delightfully friendly.
They draw a counterspell? Huh? Why would they do that in response? I guess I could trade my Ashiok for one of their cards in their hand. Like I could bounce. I could get rid of their token and take their Narset. That doesn't seem terrible. And then like I lose my Ashiok and they have Teferi and their Titan versus my Polukranos and Murderous Rider. I think I'm in for that. This is a 4/5 flying flash. They're cards that cost 5 or more, cost 1 less, and can't be countered.
Let's try this.
Guess who's back? Back again. Polyk's back. Tell a friend. Oh, the animation's bigger when he comes back. How have I not noticed that before?
Here goes nothing.
How have I not noticed that before? This is our first time I've seen this card cast against us. This actually just doesn't matter. Oh, I guess it kind of matters. So I only got 2 cards left. That's fine though, right? Like I get to eat this and then kill Teferi. They put that on top. Yeah, they surveilled top, right? So they didn't put something in the bin. Yeah, I think when they minus their Tef, they made a mistake. I think that was a punt on their part. I guess I get more damage by fighting it and then attacking with both. Yeah, okay, so I missed some damage there. And see, like here, it doesn't even tell me that, like, the card in their hand is a land. I have to, like, hit view battlefield to see that. Want to exile their Dream Trawler here because they're probably a deck playing Elspeth Conquers Death.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Oh, they're going to upgrade my Polyk.
I am
Deal.
not making this up as I go.
Upgrade. The Hydra is here.
If you wish to surrender now, I have just the trick for this.
Okay, so we have a game, as they say. If we draw an untapped land here, I can eat this and Uro. Unfortunately, we did not. I think I leave that there.
I'm known for my excellent timing. That's more like it.
This is pretty punishing. They're correct to not draw a card there because I want to be able to bounce Uro when I escape him, but they get super punished that I had Murderous Rider on top. Yeah, Rider not fueling escape is like another reason to have a Rider eat split in this deck. He just always keep Uro, right? He gains us some life and he replaces himself. Am I gonna get to attack with my 6/6? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. So I want to make sure to keep the old one here. Okay, so I wasn't going to play this, but since they absorbed, I'm going to play this because it puts lethal in play. Uro, punching the clock and going to work there. Soot, not good against a control deck. Scorn, not good against a control deck. I think I'm just trimming the ops because they're mostly filler. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, the green splash has been impressive. This is doing very similar things to the blue-black control deck we played the other day, while also leveraging green really well. Might be something to these blue-green colors, chat. After we finish this matchup, we're going to go ahead and roll on into some green-white enchantments. Looks like we're up to almost 1,700 people in here. Thanks everybody for dropping in. Hope you're enjoying your weekend wherever you're at in the world. Probably going to do one more after green-white enchantments at least. I've got red deck wins queued up. And we'll see. I'm not going to guarantee another one after red deck wins, because red deck wins usually loses us some viewers. That's one that not a ton of people enjoy. So we'll see. If red deck win pitches the count off a cliff, we'll stop there. T-Act Pump Fist, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It's the more mid-rangey version. It's the Aaron Barich's build with the small Rakdos splash for Rick Smatty. What an incredibly release-ready piece of software. I'm just going to take their Narset here. They boarded in D-Spark. This hits Ashiok and Polyk, and I guess the Liliana we boarded in. Would love to draw an untapped blue source next turn. It's possible I should have been a little greedy and bottomed the passage to give myself a better chance at that. They named Teferi Time Raveler. Do I just trophy this to deny them the card draw? Yeah, probably not. You don't really care if they bounce it, though, because I have two Narsets in hand.
No remorse. I'll show them straight. Here we
I'm going to be sad when they have second Teferi here, but other than that, I like holding up Stroke this turn, I think. Whooshman, thanks for keeping on with the tier 1 sub. Welcome back. Double top. Well, that doesn't bode well for our hero. Maybe I'm just supposed to jam Narset there. I want to counter this just because otherwise it puts an incredible amount of pressure on my Narset, which makes her less valuable.
I know Aether would have thoughtfulness before action.
Yeah, finding 2 more strokes here makes us pretty happy. I guess they shocked in the land just to play D-Spark this turn. Definitely stroking any follow-up play here.
Meditate and prepare.
I'm gonna take Erasure. Lets me sculpt the plan here. Oh, are they about to make a 1/1? They're about to make a 1/1, aren't they? It's like 1,000% what's about to happen. I could be casting that too, I suppose. Do I take their Thirst and leave them Conqueror's Death because I have 2 strokes in my hand? It seems like it's playing with fire. Oh yeah, Thirst with Narset. Well, they're gonna make a 1/1, right? I guess I can kill the 1/1 though. Narset's not dead because I have Murderous Rider. If I Rider and they drew Dream Trawler, we die, but I think I'm supposed to kill this. If this isn't a good card, we're super far ahead. I think I'd qualify that as not a very good card. I guess that's okay, though. They're going to get to end step, make a token, and then on their turn, they get to... We're actually kind of behind, right? So, they get to make a token at end of turn, and then untap and mortify my blocker, yeah, and then kill the Narset, and then Thirst, drawing 5, discarding 1. Like, I'm just sitting on these 2 strokes here. Yeah. Maybe I was supposed to take the Liliana, although I guess they just have this D-Spark here. Prophecy's been very, very good. This is the part where they just like play 3 mana Teferi, and then I have 2 blanks in my hand. Yeah, the last chapter on the prophecy feels kind of tacked on there. Really need to draw an Uro here, huh? Polukranos has been fine. Feels like an appropriate additional escape card. Like they won't let us play 5 Uro. The Bone Zone. Thank you for the Twitch Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. The last chapter existing allows you to rebuy it with Tef after you get your draw 2. That's really true, isn't it? The last chapter makes it extra good with 3 mana Teferi. It's kind of gross. Alright, let's go on to game 3 here, shall we? Long-time YouTube viewer, had to come give you the Bezo Bucks. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. I'm glad you enjoy the YouTube stuff. Thanks for keeping me employed here. That's true too. If you are someone else who's watching this on YouTube at some point in the future, and you have that Amazon Prime, and you don't mind creating a Twitch account to link it to, even if you can't make it to my live schedule, you can Prime sub even when my channel's offline. And I appreciate the people that take the time to do that. We literally have 2 answers to Dream Trawler. Well, we have more than that. We have 7 discard spells, 3 Disdainful Strokes, and then 2 Lilianas. And Liliana can even answer multiple Dream Trawlers or Dream Trawler plus a token. I really think Liliana, 6 mana Liliana is the best answer to that. That card that we get in these colors. Well, they put a card on top, so I assume they're about to draw a discard spell. I don't really care about Absolution. I think I'm just taking one of their erasures here. I'm gonna bend that and look for some lands. No black source on top is good for us.
Keep an open mind. Hone your prowess.
Huh? So I really want to hit some land drops here. So I think I just take Intervention and then plan to draw 2 at the end of their turn. Honestly, I might just draw 2 in response to an Erasure here. I have double black, I have double blue. I have double green. Please draw land. Please draw land. Swish. This card is so good. Just so unbelievably good.
Right on schedule. This might be a bad idea.
Creeping, thieving progeny.
Perfect. All right, are we done here? It's feeling like we're done here.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, maybe Rosa. I don't think that's strictly true. I'm pretty sure we've had examples to the contrary, to it always showing whichever one has more. The old draw 1, discard 1.
My kin are delightfully friendly.
So this is counter unless they pay twice X. Ashiok's ready to ultimate here, so hopefully we exile some goodies with these. So we already have a Conqueror's Death over here. So Ashiok's ult lets us cast 3 spells from their exile. Alright, so this game's done.
Deep below lie succulent horrors.
I have not had them get back to me yet, no.
Creeping, thieving progeny.
The Stream Decker dev is pretty active though. I think he might be able to give me a hand setting up what I'm interested in doing though. So we'll see. Morning, Yodel. Why are they scrying? Like... There's just like another Ashiok in their exile here too. So they're gonna get to ult this again next turn. I mean, even if they have cleansing at this point, I don't think it's good enough. Like, our hand just has so much gas in it. Like, if they go Shockland cleansing here, like...
Death itself cannot halt my quest for justice. Rest.
Gain 5? Yeah, sure. Deal, Arito. Look, he has a loyalty, chat. Look at how loyal my Uro is. Isn't he super loyal? I like my loyal Uro. I would like your Ashiok. I would like your Dream Trawler. I would like your Conqueror's Death.
That which haunts you does never. There is little of terror lurks among
Go. Ashiok does snowball incredibly well. You are not wrong. No, they just wanted to make us go through the hoops. We got a mastery orb. That's exciting. I think we're working on white. We finished black, right? We finished black. We finished red. Two more for the white track. All right, as far as this deck is concerned, I feel like the green splash in here felt like a pretty relevant upgrade to the straight blue-black deck we had played recently that was pretty close to this. I liked a lot of what this was doing. Uro gave us a nice way to buffer our life total while also closing out games relatively quickly and generating card advantage. Unchained here was fine in a number of spots as well. If we could play 5 Uros, we'd probably just play 5 Uros, but we can't. So playing this as a 5th escape card to generate value when we can't find Uros in the top part of our deck felt good. Thassa's Intervention continues to just impress me as one of the best tools printed for control decks out of Theros. The ability to have a 3-mana counterspell that's not obligated to be a 3-mana counterspell as we scale into the late game feels like it has a lot of potential. So I think I'm happy with where we ended up at overall. How do I tell if you've used your Twitch Prime sub? If you're on the desktop version of Twitch, you click the subscribe button. It should tell you when your Twitch Prime is available again. You are currently subbed to the channel, but I can't tell you offhand whether or not it's Prime or a paid sub or a gift sub. Actually, I can. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. You are Prime sub to the channel. There's a little icon there. Forgot they added that. Yeah. Look at that. All right, anywho, we are going to roll on to the next deck here. We had a cut the line for some green-white enchantments, so I'm going to go ahead and get that loaded up here, and we'll be back in just a moment with some green-white enchantments. I'm going to quick ad roll while we get switched over. Thanks for hanging out.